they're both made of now.
The referee's Geordie Way from Australia, and Canada in the red kick-off. And there's the bobble ball at the start, which is claimed by Canada, who, although they're unbeaten, they're got to be the underdogs. They beat Russia 28-15, Hong Kong 34-0. And we see the lively little spark of Nanguthu coming up towards halfway. Great form he's had. Waisia Nanguthu cleared away by Mesalume Kunavula. And they're looking, probing, driving hard at the gaps. Osia Kolunisau is the captain. He got that one started off the floor, and there's a fumble, but unable to get the ball, Canada. Tuwai is there, puts the ball back between his legs. Katonimbao is number one. Again, good defence coming in from Canada, and they merit this turnover. Look at the chase coming in from Hirayama, but he simply doesn't have the legs to match Betuniata. And it's a matter of stopping Betuniata, and his opposite number, Moonlight, can't do it. So space opens up, and it's Nanguthu. Waisia Nanguthu.
Keith, it's just mouth-watering to see, and it's so exciting. Hirayama going deep, but look at this, shrugs off one, another one, and then the presence of mind for a lovely offload inside by Tuniata. Absolutely exquisite play from him. And it's all about the support line runners, as always we associate with Fiji. We just see it again because it's so good. Inside ball, Nathuku's there. Simple, straightforward from Fiji, and if you beat your man one-on-one, this game becomes a hell of a lot easier.
He's been in and out of the scene, Nathungu, on and off. Missed the Olympic Games, but he had that wonderful run as the kick goes over to win a tournament up in Tokyo one time. Gosh, it was great to see, and it was almost like a tease for what the possibilities were for the brilliance of the Olympic Games. Well, he missed out going, but the team that did go were brilliant and brought home the gold. And here was the captain that brought it home, Osia Kolunisau, 7-0.
It's well played, that is, from Canada there off the restart, though. Loading up the front, right by the 10-yard line with 6 players, basically telling Fiji, you've got to kick deep or put it so precise to try and win the ball back. And what ends up happening, Fiji make a mistake.
That the great Nathan Hirayama was trying to chase through and head off Betuniata, who's a real long striding speedster, but he still is good value for Canada, and they've got a lot of good value in their team. Here's another one, Luke Bradley. You've got to get to know your Lukes in this one. Luke Bradley, Luke McCloskey, Luke Hammond. At the moment, it's Luke Hammond taking it forward. He's number 7. And there's big Justin Douglas. There's a couple of Douglases you've got to watch about too. And there is Matt Mullins. Cleared away now by Bradley. Luke Bradley. Justin Douglas. Douglas is so hard to stop. Even the Fijians have problems. That didn't go forward. Who's going to claim it? I think that's close. Luke Bradley, they're going to have a little consultation. Is it 5-metre scrum?
Well, 5-metre scrum here, Keith, because it bounces off of the touch judge here. Clever little kick through from Canada, but I think they're fortuitous because put too much on it there, boots it too hard. See, catches the touch judge there. As a result, they come back from the scrum.
Well, the referee assistant, touch judge, is well in the field of play. I don't know if that's what the purpose of that man is. He should be back behind the line, shouldn't he, for a situation like that? That might have cost the Canadians some points. Let's see what happens here. Hirayama, Douglas, Moonlight over the top. Hammond, number 7. Turnover ball for Fiji, deep in their half. Kolunisau out wide to Katonimbao. the guy they call Ice. He took the tackle. He gets it away to Nathungu, and he's already got one try and runs away for two. Nathungu, he's got two.
Well, you said it, Keith. Gotonibao here, Ice. Well, this is Ice, baby. Look at that. Goes into the contact, sucks in two Canadians, and a fabulous offload out the back. For Fiji just to streak down the wing all over again. Such a threat. Look at this. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely outstanding to see it. And Keith, I was speaking to Ben Ryan earlier, and apparently Gotonibao announced in the Fijian press that this is going to be his last tournament, last series. And he's just regaling on it on the last few outings he's going to have.
Well, he's done wonders there, and that's the conversion attempt which went over from Kolini-Sao. That's 14-0. Beautiful try, that one. Osia, Kolini-Sao, these are beautiful names, aren't they? Not such a great kick. And the one that scored the try, the man that scored the try, Waisia Nathungu.
Keith, I think that shows you just how strong, though, Fiji are. Canada had all the pressure on their line, looked as though they were going to break Fiji, and now look at the result, 14-0. Fiji just so potent everywhere on the field.
And the point where it hit the in-goal touch judge points out that there are critical moments in every game. Moonlight, he knows that well enough. He knows that Canada will never give in. And they come on to the attack again. 22-metre line lies ahead. Here is Douglas, one of the big improvers on the tour, Justin Douglas. And intercept by the man we've just been talking about. He's in his last tour. He doesn't run the whole length. He's far too decent for that. Instead, he hands off to the much younger man to run it in, Mesalume Kunavula.
Again, this is just Fijian magic all over the place. Ice gambles, Gotonibao gambles, comes forward, gets the intercept. But this is what's so special about Fiji, the flood. Kolini-Sao's on his shoulder, and then Kunavalo eventually gets the offload out wide. Kolini-Sao backs his pace. Exquisite rugby, mouth-watering to see from Fiji.
Here's the captain, trying for 3 converted tries. Look at the way the kick sees it in his head before the kick is actually taken, and then lets fly and straight and true, like hitting it down the field.
Yeah, ice is not melting out here in Singapore, that is for certain. Remaining cool as a cucumber, because Fiji are simply irresistible at the moment. Although Kolini-Sao will be desperately disappointed by the restarts so far in this game. He's had 4 restarts, all 4 not gone the 10.
Yeah, that's not good at all, is it? That's a shocker from Kolini-Sao. Second half actually begins here, doesn't it? Pat Kay is on. That was him that took the kick off. Lucas Hammond. Kay floats a good pass over the top for Jared Douglas. He's the other brother in the Canadian team. And away from Pat Kay, there's Isaac Kay as well, but we won't go into too much of the same names. They're actually not brothers, or different spelling, the 2 Kays.
Well, Keith, one thing I'd like to say that isn't okay at the moment is Jordan Way, the referee, is just not refereeing the offside line very well. Because Canada, at the moment, they could feel very hard done by. 3 or 4 times, Fiji have been way offside, not calling it. Finally here, you bring them back for a shoulder charge, shoulder tackle. Surely his touch judge has got to be helping him with this, because at the moment, Fiji are miles offside when it comes to breakdown.
Well, but Tuniata has gone to the sin bin. Let's have a look and see what happened. Number 4 is the player involved. It's out of our camera shot there. So 7 for Canada, playing 6 for Fiji. Kicked through by Kay. Right. Menace off the bench there. No, sorry, that's for Fiji was Modha Nathangi. Now here's the man who's got the try so far, and with 6 against 7, it's Nathungu again. He gets the treble. And the man in the background is absolutely bewildered.
Well, Keith, it doesn't matter how many men are on the field. When you've got the footwork of this Fijian side there, look how well balanced he is. Nathuku just glides off that left foot, straight through the Canadian defence, under the post for his hat-trick.
Remember the great quote, when you play Fiji and the 7 against 7, 7 on the Fiji side, you can see the other 3 are invisible. And the whole team is invincible. However, they're not top of their pile on the HSBC 7 series. Just remember this, they didn't have a win after Rio through to Hong Kong. They currently lie second behind mighty South Africa. Kickoff came from Amanoni Nasilisila. He's number 10.
There again for me, Keith. Fiji way offside. Kalini Sao just strolling over wherever he wants on the ruck and getting away with it.
Nasilisila to 2-wide. Now here is Nasilisila. Push through to Douglas at halfway. Now the big man off the benches, Isaac Kay, and he's floated one out wide. Harry Jones is into the game. Pat Kay. Oh, that's not good connection at all.
Just hold.
It's not at all, as he just snoozes. Fiji go again. They just want to play. They're not here to hang around. Spots the space in behind, puts the boot to ball.
So there's a good down and up by Isaac Kay, but Fiji are swarming here at the moment. Jasa Verimalua, one of their great players, is on the field, and Kalinisau gets it clear now. Nasilisila out wide, and the big man Modha Nathangi goes in. Sevaloni Modha Nathangi.
Well, Keith, you wouldn't think they're a man down. They've just scored 14 unanswered points. And again, it's just that ability for Fiji to recognise where the space is every time. 2 tacklers in that ruck for Canada, contesting the ball. But Fiji just throw it out to the side because they know where their support line runners are coming from. And as a result, it's made to look so simple from Modha Nathangi there. Brilliant play from Fiji again.
Conversion is over. It was right under the bar. It is now 35-0. Well, Canada, they still qualify to go through to the cup round, so that's something that will please them, but they'll be doing a bit of a rethink tonight on how it's gone in this one. Amanoni Nasilisila will kick off. A few whispers around Fiji rugby when they hadn't won for so long about whether the new coach Gareth Baber was working out with this kind of play. The whisperers might silence now. It's tough being a coach when you lose a couple in Fiji. When you win a couple, they cheer incredibly loudly. It's part of the joy of following the game in that country.
Even tougher when you just come off the back of winning 2 back-to-back HSBC World 7 Series and an Olympic gold medal, Keith.
Exactly right. And number 11 might be in trouble. That's Joshua Vithi. And he's gone to the bin for a head-high tackle. He wasn't... he's came off the bench into the game. So Vithi is into the bin. So have we got 7 against 7 or 7 against 6? It's 6 on the Fiji side.
Fiji just decided to play the second half pretty much with 6 players, but that is such a poor kick from Canada. Damien McGrath, their head coach, reading the riot act at half-time, saying he wanted more, needed better. That is worse. That is a terrible decision and really poor execution.
Okay, here's Batuniata, who came off the sin bin, is now back in the game. He was the first one to go. Nasila Sila, dancing feet, gets it away to one of the try scorers, Batuniata. And now let's see what the referee says here. There is another yellow card. So they're coming thick and fast here in this game, which is a bit unfortunate. But now the play goes on, and Lumba is onto the field. And there we have Kunavula. I don't know if you want me to remind him, but he's had a few fumbles last week at Hong Kong and one earlier today. But he has played some wonderful football apart from those. Canadian player in the bin is Isaac Kay.
Well, as that gong sounds again, Keith, in the background, Fiji leading this and won this 35-0. A very impressive performance from them. Pretty much racked up a cricket score in every game they've had so far. Not really been tested, but they'll be so well rested for tomorrow, day 2.
Let's see how they go. Do they want to play some more if they get possession here? Canada certainly playing for pride with a nil against their name. Float the pass into Moonlight. Down he goes. Cleared off the floor by Lucas Hammond. There is pass by Pat Kaya to Douglas. And Douglas gets it out wide, and they will get something out of the game. Jared Douglas gets a pass from his bro. And the try is scored.
Well, it's a consolation try, but a very effective one nonetheless. Really well worked from Canada, riding the tackles from Fiji and eventually getting over in the corner. Obviously too little, too late, but just shows they have got that try-scoring ability if they can just put some phases together.
And the kick is on its way, and it's just a complete wonderful display of kicking from both sides. It goes over to make the final score in this one. 5 converted tries to Fiji and 1 converted try to Canada. Both of these teams, though, go through to the cup round on a score of Fiji 35, Canada 7.